If I started it with any other way of saying that you saw one of the real outstanding performances. We've had a number of guys go out and pitch similar to Luke Weaver, but in an environment like this with a lot at stake, he really was the dominating factor in the game. And it's a credit to Mike Bell and Luke Weaver for the work that they've put in, and we're just very, very proud of the way we played overall today. We knew it was going to be a tough ball game. It was. People might see the score and think that it was a so-called cakewalk. Well, it was a long way from that. We happened to get a home run, I think, in the sixth to go up 4-0, and I think somebody else hit one to make it 5. And then, of course, I know that Coach Pierce was then looking at the future like any other coach would do. We just happened to score some more. But it was a very important game, but our guys know one thing: we have not accomplished anything. We have positioned ourselves to where all 4 teams wanted to be, but this thing is a long way from being over. A long way from being over. There are 2 very good clubs playing tomorrow, and we know that we have to be at our best to be successful. A lot of things went our way today. Credit goes to our young men and the way we played. We got some big hits, and certainly Luke Weaver was the story.
Questions for coach and players?
What was Luke doing that made him so good?
Luke has pitched very well in the last 2.5 months since he was put into the rotation in our Friday night starter. Tonight he was very effective with his fastball to both sides of the plate. I thought his slider has improved literally on a weekly basis, and his changeup continues to get better. He's thrown it a few more times now, which makes his fastball more effective. Something that Luke won't tell you that was a concern of mine and his teammates is 3 days ago, he wasn't feeling very well and went to see the doctor and his own medication. And I'm just very proud that he was not about to try to say, I don't feel like I can go today. I already checked. He took his pill this morning. And I may be looking for some of them bad boys myself.
What kind of pill was it?
Second day of the Z-Pack, baby.
Luke, was the atmosphere what fueled that performance out there today?
Yeah, it had a big part. I think I had the adrenaline flowing every single inning. Usually it wears off, and I try to get in the zone. But them being loud and obnoxiously good for us. But it definitely fueled to each inning there, and I just went out there and gave it everything I got. And I'm not making any excuses about being sick. I mean, he could say that if he wants. I would never said it, but I'm just happy we won. Bats were really hot today, and credit to Troy. They're a great team. We just got the better of the day.
Luke, how important was it to establish that outside corner with your fastball where those guys were saying you
No, it was a big deal. They were taking a lot of first pitches, if I can remember. And I was getting ahead, and when I got behind, I was just like, come on, just put it in there. But it was just working. It's one of those things. I try to get ahead with that, and then try to bury something with a slider there. Maybe go up in the zone with the fastball. Just trying to get in the chase either way they can, and then if they didn't chase, to try to make a good pitch at the end.
That first batter kind of extended you quite a ways. Did you that raise some doubts?
Credit to Vaughn. Oh my gosh, that was very irritating. He did an unbelievable job. You know, anything I threw, it didn't matter where it was located, it was going to be hit somewhere. You know, finally I got the luck of the draw, and he got it on the ground and made a play. But you know, every at bat he came up there, I just remember that first at bat, and then it just seemed like it was, you know, a little bit from the first at bat, because he was grinding every time he came up there with, you know, foul balls and trying to, you know, get his pitch. And I just, you know, stayed focused, and like I said, got lucky.
DJ, what's that like for you guys in the field to see 14 strikeouts, to see just the way that you commanded?
It's great. Like I was saying, playing in the heat, it gets to you sometimes, but Luke didn't make us do anything today. He was on there, he was in his zone. He's been like that all year though, so we kind of expect it from him every time he goes out there. We know he's going to battle for us and make our jobs easier.
Seth, you've been here for 4 years now. I assume that's as good a pitching performance as you've seen from a teammate. And what was it like to see from center field?
I mean, I didn't get a fly ball all day. Things like this are really easy for us to play defense, and we don't do much. And you saw from the first inning that Luke has his best stuff today, and he's been pitching well for a while, and continue to expect him to keep getting better.
Luke, did you do your normal work during the week that you would have?
Yeah, everything was the same. I actually, you know, I think I got an extra a day. The prior 2 starts, I had go on 6 days rest instead of the full week, and I finally got 8 days rest. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Maybe a little rest never hurt anybody, but you know, I definitely felt good. The arm felt real loose, and the heat, like I said, helped that out a little bit. But it's just something that I don't expect to happen every single time. But I'm just happy.
Were they able to tell what was wrong with you?
I think it was just some sinus infection or something like that. But it wasn't a big deal. I just had a high fever, and I'm good now. Well, I'm not 100%, but I'm doing all right.
Coach, Seth has led off 5 innings this regional. He's gotten on base 4 times, and he sparked a couple big innings, including the 5th this game. Any thought about moving him up to the top of the order?
He led off for us for a good while when Josh Delk was on the shelf, and it certainly has helped us. Not that I'm real happy that he's leading off a lot of innings, but the fact that he has hit in that role, he just happened to turn into our leadoff hitter in those particular innings, and has done a very, as you said, done a very, very good job of getting on base.
Seth, how big was at the bottom of the order, you and Gio, kind of sparked that rally to get those first 2 runs on the board?
Well, my job is to lead off the innings, obviously to get on base. But Gio, I think it was early in the game, he got that base hit up the middle. I mean, and then I got on third base, and Sonny, he ended up getting me ball in the middle of the field, did his job. I mean, we just manufactured runs. I mean, Delph came up, hit a sac fly, when Gio moved up to third. And that's Seminole baseball. That's just what we're going to continue to do.
So how tough was Hicks early? I mean, it seemed like a lot of off-speed stuff and had draw off balance. How tough was he early?
Oh, he has a very good slider. I mean, we knew that coming in, though. We heard that he's going to throw a lot of sliders. And so, I mean, it's nice to hit her when you're prepared for it. And, I mean, guys at the bottom of the order, we see the guys in front of us and what they do with the pitches and how they pitch at certain counts and sequences to certain hitters. And so it makes it easier on us. That's where guys have seen before us.
Coach, talk about how big that play where they hit the double to right center, got the relay, got the guy coming in home. I mean, how big was that play to come to the dugout and still have the game be scoreless?
Well, a lot of times the team that scores first seems to get a little momentum, and certainly that was a big play. I think the fact that Seth got the ball in as quickly as he did to Sansone, and of course Johnny made a nice throw to Steven. And of course, when Steve caught the ball, the first thing I thought of was, oh my gosh, he got to stick his arm out there. But typical Steve, he didn't say a word after the game about anything except I'm fine. And that was a big play, yes.
Seth, I know you were just trying to get the ball to the relay guy anyway, but did you think that he was going to try to take that extra base?
I mean, that point of the game, I mean, pitchers are doing as well as they were. I mean, you got to send a runner, you got to play off percentage. And I mean, it's something we practice every time almost when we balls in the gaps. And I mean, we're really, really good at it, and that showed there.
DJ, you've had, I mean, an incredible season as a freshman year, but you've even had a better month. I mean, just talk about how well you're seeing the ball at the plate.
I mean, every day I'm coming out and working, trying to get better every single day. Coaches are doing a good job throwing me off speed and everything. I'm just out there trying to do the best I can. I want to get back to Omaha, get the team I've never been. It's my first year here. I want to do it for guys like Seth, and we've never won it.
Yeah.
Especially do it for Coach. He's been there so many times, but we never won it. But that's what I'm here for.
Luke, who's responsible for the shaving hearing?
They only do it when, you get interviewed on the field, and no one knew about it, and I wasn't telling anybody about it. And during the whole interview, I was kind of peeking, behind me, thinking someone was going to come. But coming down the hallway, going back to the locker room, Sights jumps out of the locker room with all that shaving cream, and I'm just like, get back in the locker room, buddy. Nice try. But, I try to outrun him in the locker room. And eventually just gave up, just let it happen. And, they came in hot, him and Gonzalez with 2 big old plates full. And my vision's all right now, but it burned a lot.
You have to watch it.
Yeah. It's good look right now.
It seemed like they were leaving you alone there in the dugout in the ninth inning. Is that something that happens before? It's happened before, or is they just them playing around with you?
I don't know. They done gave up 4 hits. Ain't nothing special happened. That's special, but no. They do whatever they want. I mean, I'm not trying to be locked in or in my own little zone in the dugout. I try to stay loose and stick to my routines and just try to stretch and do all that stuff. But I don't know, a bunch of goobers.